When I was very young, I lived with my grandparents. My parents had just separated. My dad worked in the next town over, so I only saw him on weekends. My uncle lived with us too, which meant I was almost never completely alone. The house always felt safe. There was one rule I was taught over and over again: never open the door for strangers. It was a simple rule, and as a child, I believed simple rules kept you safe. We lived in a small town where everyone knew each other, the kind of place where neighbors didn't feel like strangers at all. There was a man who came over often. I'll call him Steve. He watched hockey and wrestling with my grandpa. He drank beer with my uncle. He helped with yard work, fixing trucks, and even dragging hunting animals into the shed. To me, Steve wasn't a stranger. He was just someone who was always there. One evening, my grandma went out to bingo. I was too young to stay home alone for long, so I called someone to pick her up. After that, my grandpa told me he was going to get her. He asked if I wanted to come with him. I didn't. I was watching cartoons and didn't want to miss them. Before he left, my grandpa bent down and reminded me of the rule: don't open the door for strangers. I watched his truck disappear down the road. The house felt different immediately. Not dangerous, just quiet. Only a few minutes later, someone knocked on the door. I ran over and asked who it was. From the other side, I heard Steve say his name. I told him my grandparents weren't home. He said he knew. He had just seen my grandpa leave. That felt normal, casual. I told him my uncle wasn't home either. He didn't hesitate. He said he already knew my uncle was out drinking at a friend's place. Then he asked if he could come inside. I remembered the rule. I told him I wasn't allowed to open the door for strangers. Steve laughed. He said he wasn't a stranger. He was our neighbor, someone I already knew. And in my child's mind, that made sense. The rule didn't say anything about people you knew. I unlocked the door. Steve stood over me when I opened it. That's when I noticed he was drunk. He swayed slightly. His words ran together. One eye squinted as he tried to focus. I wasn't scared yet. I had seen adults drunk before. He stepped inside and grabbed my shoulders as I instinctively backed away. I told him he could wait in the kitchen while I went back to watching TV. He didn't let go. I tried to pull away. I couldn't. That's when his voice changed. I don't remember exactly what he said. I only remember how it felt. Sharp. Angry. Like something had gone very wrong very fast. He dragged me into the kitchen and grabbed a large knife. He pressed it against my stomach and asked if I wanted to be stabbed. When I started crying, he told me to be quiet. He said if I made a sound, he would hurt me. Badly. He slowly dragged the dull edge of the knife across my throat to show me he meant it. That's when I heard a truck outside. My grandparents' truck. Relief hit me so hard it almost knocked the breath out of my lungs. I was about to scream when his hand clamped over my mouth. He turned us toward the doorway just as my grandma walked inside. Her face changed instantly. She screamed for my grandpa. My grandpa rushed in and didn't hesitate. The moment he saw what was happening, he charged forward, screaming with a kind of rage I had never heard before. Steve shoved me hard onto the floor. My grandma grabbed me and pulled me against her, blocking my view. She kept telling me I was safe. Even though I couldn't see it, I could hear them struggling, shouting, furniture scraping. Then it stopped. When I looked up, my grandpa was forcing Steve out the door, screaming at him to never come back. As I got older, I realized what really happened that night. Steve didn't need to break in. He didn't need to sneak. He didn't need to trick a lock. All he needed was a child who followed the rule exactly as it was taught. I didn't open the door for a stranger. I opened it for someone I trusted, and that was the mistake.
Subscribe for more real horror stories. Like the video if you felt this fear too.